In this video, we're going to show you how to build a simple stochastic oscillator strategy within the FxPro Quant tool. In this chart, I've added a stochastic oscillator with the two elements. There's a blue main line and a red signal line. Our strategy will be selling when we reach overbought conditions, signaled by the main line being above 80, but also when the red signal line crosses above the blue line. So we'll be selling at this point with appropriate risk, stop loss and take parameters around that position. We'll be doing the opposite down here, so when the blue line is below 20 and there's a cross between the two lines, we'll be doing an opposite buy position with the appropriate risk parameters around that as well. So in the FxPro Quant tool, we need to scroll down and choose two stochastic nodes. The reason for that is there are two elements, the signal line and the main line. This top one, where we double click on the name, and we rename it to stochastic signal. In the parameters box, we choose signal line. For the bottom one, double click, and we rename to stochastic main, which in the parameters box is a 2-volt value. We now need to do some comparisons, so let's go to the logic area and drag over some compare nodes. We need 3. Let's rename them. This top one is going to be overbought. So that's when our blue line was above 80. This one is going to be oversold when the blue main line was below 20. And the other thing we need to do is compare the two lines when that condition is met. So compare the crossover. So seeing if the signal is above the main line. And it's linked, so the signal line is the one we're interested in for the overbought and oversold conditions. So link them, value 1, the signal, change that to greater than, and the value was 80. Going back to our chart, this is when the blue line was above this 80 area here. Similarly for the oversold, we link the two, value 1, the signal line being less than, and the value 20. We now need to compare these two, so we link the main to this node here and put that as value 2. We then put the signal to here as value 1. So we are checking whether the signal is above the main. So remember, two conditions have to be fulfilled. We have to be above 80 on the main line, and we have to then see the red signal line cross the main blue line. So that's two things. We need an AND node. Just drag that to here. And we need one for here for the oversold as well. So let's consider the top, the overbought. So we need be in overbought territory, and we need the signal line to move above the main line. When that happens, let's go to trade, open position, and rename this to sell. We can then link this, change to sell. I'm just going to put some notional risk parameters here, so 0.1 lots, stop loss I'm just going to put as 100, which is in ticks, take profit at 200. Now we need to do the opposite when we're down here, so we'll be opening a buy position when the blue line is below 20 and there's a crossover of the signal and main lines. So we need to be oversold. And signal above main, we need to link to this node, click on the line and say reverse output set to true. So this essentially reverses the condition here. We then need to drag an open position node to here. Let's rename to buy. Let's set these parameters just notionally as I did before, but again this will depend on your own account balance, leverage and risk parameters. And then link those conditions to the buy order like that. And that completes our stochastic oscillator strategy.